Heartwarming moment. Little girl's 1000 dream wish revealed by Stepmom's unexpected love, transforming the Maplewood Harvest Festival. As the sun dipped behind the rolling hills of Maplewood, a cascade of golden light flooded the annual Harvest Festival. Laughter swept through the air, mingling with the mouth-watering scent of freshly baked pies. Yet, amidst the joyous commotion, little Lily Davis found herself standing alone, her heart heavy with a bittersweet ache. At just 8 years old, she felt like an outsider in her own family, especially since the arrival of her stepmom, Jessica, an elegant woman from the city whose polished ways left Lily feeling frayed and small. Jessica dazzled everyone in town with her designer outfits and effortless charm, but to Lily, she was a world away. Where Lily dreamt of flying high like the ecstatic kites above, Jessica spoke about art galleries and museum openings. The divide between them felt like a chasm, deepening with every passing day. To escape her swirling feelings of inadequacy, Lily began a secret project, a list of 1000 dreams, each one a mark of hope in the midst of her uncertainty. Owning a puppy, crafting a treehouse, soaring among the stars as an astronaut, these dreams became her sanctuary. With the Harvest Festival in full swing, whispers of the talent show bubbled with excitement, but a shadow loomed after an innocent comment from Jessica the moment she dismissed Lily's thrilling skydiving aspiration. Lily's heart cracked. How could Jessica not understand the thrill of it, the wild freedom? The hurt ignited her emotions, creating a rift that made both women feel lost and confused. Before we continue, I need to let you know about something important that's happening. YouTube has been making changes to the system, and many people are losing notifications from channels they follow. If you're enjoying the content, hit that bell and mark all notifications so you don't miss the next videos. And if you can drop a like, it really helps me with reach. Seriously, it makes a difference. Oh, let me know in the comments where you're watching from. I'm always curious to know who's on the other side of the screen. Now, let's continue. Lily stood backstage, heart racing like a drum, clutching her list tightly to her chest. The talent show was her moment, a chance to unfold her dreams and share her world. As she stepped onto the stage, the spotlight flickered, and a hush descended upon the crowd. With each trembling breath, she began to recite her dreams aloud, her voice growing bolder with every word. I want a puppy of my own. I want to build the best treehouse. Laughter and applause mixed with her fears, and she poured her heart into each desire, weaving a tapestry of hope and longing. In the back, Jessica watched, tears brimming in her eyes. She finally understood the depth of Lily's spirit. Her dreams weren't frivolous, they were essential. The tender resolve in Lily's voice struck a chord in Jessica's heart, unraveling her preconceived judgments. When the last note hung in the air, uncertainty thickened between the stepmom and daughter, a moment charged with unacknowledged love and a possibility for reconciliation. Amidst the wild applause, the weight of unspoken words lingered heavy. Would Jessica step forward and embrace Lily's dreams, or would the silent chasm divide them further? As the crowd erupted in cheers, an intangible connection hung in the balance, leaving the night shimmering with possibilities and unfulfilled wishes. Lily stood in the spotlight, her heart racing with a mix of elation and fear. The feeling of every pair of eyes on her felt both thrilling and terrifying. She could still hear the lingering echoes of applause as she stepped off the stage, her cheeks flushed with exhilaration. But as the curtains closed, another emotion settled in apprehension. Would Jessica speak to her? Would she acknowledge the dreams Lily had poured her heart into? The crowd began to disperse, laughter and chatter enveloping the festival grounds like festive balloons drifting into the sky. And through it all, Lily searched for Jessica. Her stepmom was still at the back of the auditorium, her face a blend of admiration and concern. Lily's small heart sank as, despite all the bright lights and laughter, the distance felt as far as ever. Suddenly, Jessica strode forward. The pride on her face was unmistakable, but Lily could see the hesitation in her eyes. In a quick flash, she remembered Jessica laughing off her skydiving wish. That moment felt heavy, like a weight that pinned down all the joy she had just shared. Lily. Jessica called her, the tremor in her voice revealing the anxiety beneath her elegance. Lily turned, half eager and half afraid of what was to come. Jessica knelt down, bringing her height closer to Lily's eye level. What you did on stage, it was beautiful. It really was. I didn't realize how much those dreams mean to you. Lily's throat tightened. You didn't understand when you laughed at my skydiving. It felt like you didn't care. Jessica's expression shifted, the glow of her earlier charm dimming into something softer. I'm sorry for that. I thought I was being funny, but I see now I was wrong. Your dreams, Lily, they're important. They're a part of who you are. I want to understand. I want to be a part of that. Hope began to seep back into Lily's heart, but there was still caution. Can we really be close? Can you see my dreams? Not just the big ones, but the silly little ones too? Yes, Jessica replied, her voice steady, all of them. I promise I'll try. Let us go through that list together. Maybe we can add more dreams. Like a trip to the moon or a wild adventure in the city. Excited murmurs bubbled up from the food stalls nearby, providing a backdrop to their conversation. Lily's heart raced at the thought of sharing her list. The warmth from Jessica's hand resting on her shoulder was new, but comforting. What about a dog? Lily ventured, her eyes sparkling with the thought of a fluffy companion. Absolutely. A puppy will be the best addition. But how about we start with something right here in Maplewood? Lily grinned widely, envisioning a shared afternoon of crafting, chasing kites, and perhaps even planning her first animal adoption trip. The gap between them felt like it was closing with every step they took toward understanding. Just then, a voice from the crowd called out, "Hey Lily, don't forget the fireworks." The mention of the fireworks ignited a flutter of excitement in her. They'd been a highlight of every harvest festival. She turned her gaze toward Jessica, who nodded with encouragement. Shall we? Hand in hand, they headed towards the vibrant display of colors and sounds lighting up the night sky. Lily could feel the dreams shifting. The unspoken moments of distrust hadn't vanished, but they were wrapped in the beginnings of hope. As the first firework exploded, igniting the dark canvas of the night, Lily whispered, "What if we add a new dream? A family trip to the festival every year?" Jessica smiled, her heart swelling with the possibility. That sounds perfect, Lily. Let us make it happen. But even as the fireworks showered them in light, Lily couldn't shake the feeling that deeper conversations awaited them. What else would they uncover as they began to share their lives, their fears, and their dreams? The night brimmed with new possibilities, leaving Lily hoping they would finally create the bond she had always longed for. As they watched the colors burst above them, the warmth of possibility wrapped around them. But the thought lingered. Was this the beginning of a new chapter, or just another fleeting moment lost in time? The fireworks lit up the night sky, each boom sending ripples of excitement through the festival crowd. Lily's heart raced, not just from the splendor above them, but from the warmth flooding her chest. It was uncertain, but the bond she was starting to feel with Jessica was new and thrilling. This was more than a festival, it felt like a turning point. Can we really make that trip a tradition? Lily asked, her voice rising above the roar of another firework. Of course, Jessica replied, squeezing Lily's hand tighter. We can start planning now. How about we pick a theme for each year? Adventure, excitement, maybe even a little bit of silly. Lily's imagination sparked. What if one year it's like a treasure hunt? Each stop could be a clue that leads to something fun. Treasure hunting sounds amazing. We could even have little rewards at each station. Jessica's smile made Lily's heart flutter. The distance that once seemed so vast between them was fading, replaced by visions of shared laughter and adventure. As the fireworks continued their dazzling display, each one brightening the night, a thought crossed Lily's mind. The dreams she had once hidden away felt safe enough to share now, and she was determined to touch on the ones that mattered most. I have a lot more dreams, Jess, she began, a bit of hesitance creeping back into her voice. Like, I want to see the ocean. And I want to go camping under the stars, just the two of us. Jessica's expression softened, her eyes glistening. Then let us start with the ocean. I can take some time off next summer. We'll make a week of it. Just us girls exploring. Lily felt a shiver of joy run through her. Really? You mean it? Absolutely. You are my family, and I want to make all your dreams come true. At that moment, the crowd erupted in cheers for the grand finale, and it felt as if the entire universe was celebrating this new connection. But even in the midst of such joy, Lily caught a glimpse of something in Jessica's eyes that made her wonder. Jess, she asked cautiously, what about your dreams? Do you have any you want to share? The question hung in the air, and for a moment, the fireworks faded into the background. Jessica looked thoughtful, her smile wavering. Well, I used to have dreams too. I wanted to travel, see places far away, and even dreamt of writing a book one day. But life, you know how it goes. Sometimes it doesn't turn out how we imagined. Lily felt a pang of empathy for her. You're still young. We can still make dreams come true together. You can write a book about our adventures. Jessica chuckled, clearly touched by Lily's innocence. Maybe I will. But first, let us make this list of yours a reality. The moment felt charged. The air was heavy with unspoken possibilities, and for the first time, Lily sensed a flicker of vulnerability in Jessica. The woman who often seemed so invincible now felt relatable, human. As they exchanged ideas, laughter, and dreams amid the fading light of the fireworks, a challenge flickered in Lily's mind. If they were going to make new memories, how could they weave their lives together more completely? With newfound courage, she asked, can we also have a dream-sharing night? Like a special night just for us to lay everything out on the table? The good and the bad? Jessica's eyes widened, surprised yet intrigued. That sounds like a wonderful idea, Lily. Just you and me, sharing everything. Yes. It can be like building a bridge between our hearts. Lily's enthusiasm echoed through the air, making her feel powerful as they prepared to take this next step. As the last firework lit up the sky, a spark of determination ignited within Lily. The promise of what lay ahead was thrilling, but a question lingered. Would they both be brave enough to face the dreams and fears in the light of their honesty, and would they find the connection they'd never had growing up? This new dream-sharing night felt monumental. What revelations would come to light, and what hidden truths were waiting to be uncovered? The following week, Lily could hardly contain her excitement. The promise of a special night dedicated to dreams was like a secret treasure waiting to be unveiled. She imagined the atmosphere. A cozy room filled with soft lights, maybe even some fairy lights strung up for magic. They could sit on the floor, snack on popcorn, and share their hopes, laughter spilling out like confetti. Lily spent the next few days jotting down her thoughts in a small notebook. She included everything: her dreams of traveling, her desire to learn to paint, and even silly wishes like wanting a pet rabbit that could do tricks. Each line she wrote made her heart race a bit more, a mix of joy and nervous anticipation. On the night of their dream-sharing rendezvous, Jessica helped Lily set up the living room. They laid out blankets, adorned the space with pillows, and lit scented candles that filled the air with a sweet vanilla scent. Lily buzzed with energy, her heart beating hard in her chest as she watched Jessica hang twinkling lights around the room. Ready to spill your secrets? Jessica teased, her eyes sparkling. More than ready, Lily blurted out, her cheeks flushing with enthusiasm. They sat down on the floor, cozy and close, with a plate of cookies in the middle. As they munched on cookies, Lily felt a warmth spreading through her, trusting that this was a safe space to share. Okay, I'll go first, Lily said, flipping through her notebook. My biggest dream is to travel the whole world. I want to see all kinds of places. Like Paris. She threw her arms up dramatically, pretending to stand in front of the Eiffel Tower. Jessica laughed. That's a big one. What would you do in Paris? I'd eat a ton of croissants and take 1,000,000 pictures. And maybe find a cute French boy, she said with a giggle, sending Jessica into fits of laughter. Who knows? Perhaps you will. Now it's my turn, Jessica said, her tone shifting slightly as she opened up. I've always wanted to write a book. Something about adventure and friendship. Maybe our adventures. Lily's eyes widened. That would be amazing, Jess. You have to do it. I want to, but sometimes I get scared. Jessica admitted, her voice trailing off.
Why?
Lily asked gently. You're so great at everything. Jessica sighed, the playful mood dimming for a moment. Well, what if no one likes it? What if it's not good enough? Lily's heart raced. She saw the fear in Jessica's eyes, a stark contrast to the brave persona she often wore. But you wouldn't know unless you tried. What if it's incredible? For a moment, silence hung between them, filled with the weight of dreams unspoken. It was a moment Lily would remember forever. The connection felt deeper somehow, layers of their lives unraveling with each shared fear. Okay, let us help each other, Jessica finally said, her determination returning. You help me write the book, and I'll help you with your dreams. Lily nodded vigorously.
Deal.
Maybe I can sketch illustrations for your book, too. They traded dreams and fears, laughter and unshed tears. As the night wore on, they uncovered not just the dreams written in Lily's notebook, but also buried hopes that had long been dormant in Jessica's heart. Then Lily remembered something that had been gnawing at her. Jess, what about your dreams for us? Like you said before, you wanted to travel. What if we made that our goal? Jessica's lips curled into a soft smile. That sounds perfect, Lily. But we need to make a plan. How do we take those dreams and make them real? With the night growing late, a sense of urgency filled the air, electrifying their conversation and sending pulses of hope between them. They began brainstorming travel itineraries, possible destinations, and what they would do in each place they dreamed of visiting. Lily felt a surge of determination and warmth. As they worked together, she realized they were building something more than just a dream list. They were laying the foundation for a life filled with shared experiences. And then, as Jessica leaned closer, Lily felt an undeniable shift. It was as if they were becoming more than just family. They were becoming partners in this beautiful adventure called life. But just as they reached a crescendo of excitement, Jessica's expression shifted again, more serious. Lily, I need to ask you something. Lily's heart thumped loudly, curiosity piquing. What could it be? What would Jessica reveal next, and would it change everything they had built together that night? Lily's heart raced as she considered Jessica's tone. The way her sister leaned forward, a mix of intensity and vulnerability etched across her face, sent a current of anticipation through the room. Whatever was coming next was important, that much was clear. What is it, Jess? Lily asked, her voice steady but laced with a hint of tension. Jessica took a breath, almost as if gathering courage for a leap. I've been thinking a lot about, well, our plans. It's not just about dreams or travel. It's more about what's been holding us back. Lily's brows furrowed in confusion. What do you mean? I mean, there are things we've never talked about. Things that might complicate our dreams. Jessica's voice softened, her gaze dropping to the floor. Things like our pasts, our family. A tremor of awareness shifted through Lily. Memories of their childhood flickered at the edges of her mind. It was a life they had navigated together, full of laughter, but also shadowed by moments of sorrow. You mean our mom? Jessica nodded, the room falling into a heavy silence.
Yeah.
I guess I just wonder how she'd feel about us chasing these big dreams. What if she thought we shouldn't? Lily felt a lump form in her throat. She never dared to voice that fear herself, not even to Jessica. What if she'd support us? What if she'd be proud? I hope so, Jessica whispered, glancing back at Lily. But sometimes it feels like we have to carry all the weight alone. Like our dreams are too big, too daring. Lily reached over, taking Jessica's hand. We can't let fear hold us back. Not anymore. A quiet resolve filled the air, cracking through their heavy thoughts. This is our chance to honor her by living fully. To show her that we can be brave. Yeah, Jessica murmured, squeezing Lily's hand tightly. And I want that. I really do. But what if we fail? What if we don't? Lily shot back, the spark of determination igniting again. Every day is another chance to try. Remember how we felt just planning our travels? That was real. That meant something. Jessica looked back at her, the shadows of doubt slowly lifting. You're right. Planning our dreams made me feel alive. I forgot what that felt like. Lily grinned widely, feeling a swell of hope. Then let us keep that feeling. Let us turn it into something real. We'll write for your book and travel together, just like we imagined. With a newfound sense of purpose, they returned to their plans, flipping through pages of Lily's notebook filled with dreams. The air buzzed with laughter and chatter as possibilities danced around them. They created whimsical itineraries: Paris, yes, but also Tokyo and Florence. Every idea felt like a doorway opening. Just as the plans began to solidify, a thought hit Lily like a spark. Jess, maybe I could write a letter to Mom about our plans. Tell her what we dream of doing. What do you think? At first, Jessica hesitated, but then her brows knit in thought. She might love that. And maybe it would feel like she's part of this. Lily felt her heart swell with hope at her sister's words. Exactly. It's like bringing her along on our journey. They exchanged smiles, a silent agreement woven between them that this was the beginning of something beautiful. As the night deepened, filled with dreams that began their metamorphosis into plans, Jessica's face suddenly turned serious again. But there's one more thing, Lily. Something we need to figure out before we start. Lily's pulse quickened, curiosity taking root once more. What could Jessica mean? What pressing challenge did they now need to face together? Jessica's voice wavered, pulling Lily from her thoughts. Before we chase these dreams, we need to decide what our first step will be. We need to make it real, not just talk about it. Lily nodded, realizing the gravity in her sister's words. So, let us figure it out together. What's our first move? Jessica took a deep breath, her eyes brightening with a flicker of excitement. I think the letter to Mom could be it. It'll ground us, give us a starting point. And maybe we can plant something to symbolize our dreams. A plant? Lily asked, her curiosity piqued.
Yeah.
Something alive. It'll remind us to nurture our dreams just like we would a garden. Every time we see it, we'll remember why we want to do this. Lily's heart warmed at the thought. That's beautiful, Jess. What do you have in mind? Jessica's face lit up, her passion spilling over. A small tree. Something we can take care of and watch grow, just like our plans. We can decorate it with little tags of our dreams. Each tag can represent a destination or a goal. Like a dream tree, Lily exclaimed, grinning widely. The idea sparkled in her mind, and a rush of excitement coursed through her. That sounds amazing. Let's see if we can find one at the local nursery tomorrow. Jessica's eyes sparkled, and the tension that had been hanging in the room seemed to evaporate. And after we plan it, we can start writing the letter, too. It could be our way of including her, giving her a front-row seat to our adventure. Lily squeezed Jessica's hand, the warmth of connection settling over them. This is it, Jess. We're not just dreaming anymore. We're making it real, together. They spent the next hour flipping through the notebook again, this time narrowing down which dreams they wanted to manifest first. Lily felt alive with hope. They chose the first few destinations and wrote them on slips of paper, folding them neatly, ready to hang them on their future tree. Each word felt like a promise, binding them to their vision. The clock ticked softly, and with each tick, the atmosphere filled with budding optimism. Ideas flowed freely, stitching the fabric of their dreams together. Their two voices blended in harmony as they laughed, shared secrets, and mapped out their adventure. As the conversation shifted, their chatter faded into contented silence, filled only with the soft sounds popping occasionally from Jessica's interjections about their mother. What would she think of this? I think she'd be excited, Lily replied, feeling the flutter of her heart. She loved seeing us happy and taking steps toward what we wanted. She'd want this for us, without a doubt. Jessica's smile faltered for a moment, a shadow of doubt crossing her features. I really want to believe that. But what if we reach for something too high? Lily took a deep breath, searching for the right words. Jess' mom always taught us to aim high, didn't she? Maybe the fear is just part of the journey. But we have to trust ourselves, trust our bond. We'll figure out together. Okay, Jessica finally whispered, her eyes softening. Together. Still, a question hung in the air, heavy with meaning. What if the past caught up with them and shattered their dreams? As they sat there lost in thought, Lily's mind raced with possibilities. Before we call it a night, Jess, do you want to? I want to go to bed until we finish the letter, Jessica interjected, determination hardening her voice. Lily smiled, though trepidation tugged at her. All right, but how do we start? Jessica grinned back, and as she did, a sudden realization hit Lily hard. What if the letter revealed something neither of them had anticipated, something that could change everything? With a renewed sense of urgency, they turned back to their papers, ready to spill their dreams onto the page. Lily glanced at Jessica, the anticipation crackling between them like static electricity. Picking up the pen, she felt the weight of their shared dreams settling within her. Okay, let us just dive in, she said, the words rushing out, a mix of excitement and nerves. How about we start with what we want to say to her? Yeah, Jessica nodded, her fingers gripping the edge of the desk. We could tell her what we've been up to, how we want to honor her. She paused, her expression tightening with emotion. I miss her so much, Lily. Almost instinctively, Lily reached out, brushing her fingers against Jessica's hand. I know, me too. The memory of their mother enveloped them, a warm and bittersweet embrace. But maybe this letter can be like a bridge, connecting us to her. A way to share our journey, our plans. Taking a deep breath, Jessica said, okay. Let us start with something simple, dear Mom. We want you to know that we're taking steps to chase our dreams. Lily watched as Jessica's brow furrowed in thought. The silence hung heavy as they both tried to muster the right words. Then, the spark of inspiration hit them at the same time. And we want you to be a part of it. They said in unison, laughter spilling from their lips and lightening the moment. They began writing, words flowing like a river, fueled by shared memories and glistening hopes. We're planting a tree to celebrate our dreams, Jessica added, and we're going to care for it just like you cared for us. Lily felt emotion welling up as Jessica wrote down their dreams, each word striking a chord deep within her. They spoke about the flowers they wanted to cultivate, each petal symbolizing a wish fulfilled. The vision of the tree, standing tall and strong in their backyard, filled her with a sense of purpose. As they crafted each sentence, the room transformed. It felt lighter, infused with a kind of magic that only hope could conjure. Tears came unbidden to Lily's eyes as she imagined their mother reading their letter, pride radiating from her beloved smile. But then Jessica's voice faltered again. What if we're not enough? What if this doesn't live up to what she wanted for us? The vulnerability in her voice made Lily's heart ache. Jess, we are enough. We've grown so much, and we will keep growing. Mom loved us for who we are, not for what we achieved. Lily's words were firm, but she felt her own insecurities bubbling underneath. They had come this far, and she refused to let uncertainty derail them now. Okay, Jessica whispered, a glimmer of hope returning to her eyes. Let us keep going. Just as they reached the final lines of the letter, the air shifted. Lily paused, a realization dawning on her. Writing this, it's a part of something bigger. If we can share all this with Mom, how about sharing it with others too? What if we create something out of this? A blog, or the tree as a center for our dreams. We could show people stories, help them chase their dreams. Jessica's eyes widened. That's incredible. We could start a community around this. Excitement bubbled between them, thoughts racing faster than they could speak. But how do we even begin? Lily asked, her heart pounding with the weight of endless possibilities. Let us write that down too. It's a part of our dream, Jessica said, her enthusiasm contagious. As they jotted down ideas, the clock chimed, reminding them how late it had grown. The night air felt thick with promise. Their dreams now spanned beyond the tree, and their mother something much larger was taking shape. But as they finished their letter, both sisters felt an unexpected tremor of fear at the thought of stepping into the unknown. Would the world truly embrace their dreams? And the deeper questions sank in. Were they ready for whatever came next? The night hovered suspended around them, filled with both hope and uncertainty, as they stared at the words before them, hanging on that thin line. Would they truly be ready to leap into this new adventure? The silence lingered between Lily and Jessica, a melody of excitement and trepidation composing an unseen soundtrack. Just as Jessica had started to tuck her hair behind her ear, a gust of wind rattled the window, pulling them back to the present. What if we set a date? To launch our project? Like a day to start planting that tree? Lily suggested, urgency creeping into her voice. The tree was not just an idea anymore. It was a symbol of their love for their mother, a living testament to the dreams they were beginning to explore. Jessica's eyes sparkled as she thought. I love that. How about we do it on Mom's birthday? That way, it feels like we're honoring her in the best way possible. The thought brought an involuntary smile to Lily's face.
Yes.
That's perfect. It gives us time to plan, and maybe we can even invite some friends, get people involved. We could gather everyone around the tree, share stories, even write letters. Just like this one? Jessica pointed at their nearly finished letter, and Lily chuckled softly. Exactly. We could even read it out loud. Lily's voice took on an excited tremor. The idea began to take shape, their bond strengthening in the shared vision of what could be. Then, Jessica's expression turned contemplative. But what if no one shows up? What if people think it's silly? The shadows of doubt crept back in, threatening to seep into the light they'd just created. Lily squeezed Jessica's hand, grounding both of them once more. We don't have to focus on everyone else. What matters is that it's our dream. And Mom would love it, no matter how many people come. A flicker of courage ignited in Jessica's eyes. You're right. This is about us connecting with her. The people who matter will support us. They stood up from the desk, the paper weight of their plans cascading into a new realm of possibility. As Lily moved toward the window, she gazed outside into the velvety darkness, lit only by scattered stars. Do you think she's watching us? I think she watches over us, Jessica responded, her voice soft yet firm. I can almost hear her cheering us on. Caught up in the moment, Lily took a deep breath, the crisp air filling her lungs with courage. Okay, we have our date. Now, let us get to work on the blog. Think of a name. The playful brainstorming began, laughter lighting up the room as they bounced ideas off each other. Dream Tree, Blossom Together, Seeds of Hope. Each name felt richer than the last, knitted together from the threads of their joint aspirations. Yet even amidst the joy, a lurking question remained. How would they transform their dream into reality? As thoughts flitted through Lily's mind about website designs and platforms, a more terrifying thought echoed. Would their words carry enough weight? Were they truly capable of crafting something meaningful that could touch hearts? Suddenly, their phones buzzed, a reminder of their everyday lives beckoning them back. We should meet tomorrow to talk more about the blog, Jessica suggested, excitement lacing her voice once more. Definitely. All of a sudden, the anticipation for their project surged within Lily. But as she prepared to head downstairs, she couldn't shake that whisper of doubt. She turned back to Jessica. What if we don't have enough to say? What if people expect something more? We will find our voice. We're just starting, Jessica replied, determination brightening her features. As Lily stepped out into the cooling night, she felt the weight of their dreams settle yet again. This was only the beginning. The world ahead was unexplored, and the wonder of it fueled her heart. But with every breath, uncertainty still lingered, nagging at the edges of her mind. Little did they know, a surprise awaited them all, a twist in their journey about to unfold, one that would challenge everything they thought they knew about themselves and their dreams. Would they be ready for what came next? The next day dawned crisp and bright, the light spilling into Lily's room, forcing her awake with promises of new beginnings. She could barely contain her excitement as she got dressed, her thoughts swirling around their project. Would it be enough? Would they be enough? At the kitchen table, Jessica was already waiting, a steaming cup of coffee in hand and a notepad covered in scribbles before her. Look at these ideas I brainstormed, she exclaimed, flipping the pages to reveal potential names for their blog. Each one shimmered with potential, and Lily felt a rush of enthusiasm wash over her. What about roots of love? Lily suggested, bouncing on the balls of her feet. It captures everything we want to say. Or growing together. Jessica replied, her eyes sparkling. It's so fitting. We're nurturing not only the tree but also our connection to Mom and each other. But as quickly as their energy surged, it hit them both. The weight of their challenge loomed larger than before. They were about to share their most vulnerable emotions with the world, connecting with others who might be hurting, just like they were. Would they be able to bear the weight of those stories? Would their hearts be open enough to not just plant a tree, but to invite everyone to witness their journey? Mid-conversation, Lily's phone buzzed again, making her jump. It was a message from a group of childhood friends, eager to see what they were up to. I think I'll tell them about our project, Lily said, her heart racing. Maybe a little sneak peek? Jessica grinned. Show them the letter we wrote to Mom. With a pang of excitement and anxiety, Lily texted a few lines from their letter. We're starting a blog about our mom. We're planting a tree to honor her on her birthday. She pressed send and bit her lip. Responses from friends came in quickly, supportive sentiments and even a promise from one of them to help with the launch. It sent a warmth through her heart. In that moment, however brief, she felt their community drawing closer, as if they were all standing around the seed of their project. What if we made it a little event? Like a party to celebrate the blog and the tree? Jessica suggested, her tone bubbling with newfound momentum. Lily's heart soared. Absolutely. We could ask people to bring a memory of Mom to share, or something to write with. But amidst the excitement, doubt flickered again in the back of her mind. Would it truly resonate with others? Her head spun with worries. Lily? Jessica's voice cut through her thoughts. What's wrong? Lily hesitated, unsure if she wanted to voice her fears. What if it's too personal? What if they don't relate? Jessica's eyes softened. We're sharing our truth. That's powerful. You just need to trust that it's enough. You're enough. The ease in Jessica's voice tempted Lily to believe. It felt fragile, yet solid like the budding tree they had yet to plant, delicate, but full of promise. That's what Mom would want us to do, Lily finally said, her conviction getting stronger. As if on cue, their phones chimed again. This time, it was a reminder. The date for their tree planting event was drawing closer. Panic twisted in Lily's gut at the thought of all they still needed to do, but Jessica squeezed her hand, drawing her back to the present. Let us figure this out together, Jessica said, determination coloring her voice. We can do this. Just then, a knock at the door startled them.
Hey.
Is someone in there? It was their neighbor, Mrs. Thompson, a familiar face from their childhood. What do you need, Mrs. Thompson? Lily asked, an unexpected excitement in her voice. Oh, I overheard the tree planting idea. I'd love to help, she said, her warmth seeping through the doorway. I'll bring some snacks, and I can even gather people from the neighborhood to join us. Lily and Jessica exchanged a glance, their hopes buoyed by the kindness of their neighbor. It was happening, support was blooming all around, just like the dreams they were nurturing. But beneath the joy, a whisper of uncertainty sneaked back in. What other surprises awaited them, and would they truly be ready when the moment arrived? The world was opening up, but so were the possibilities, and with them, a possibility for change, both good and overwhelming. Lily took a deep breath. What was coming next felt like an adventure, but would it be everything they hoped for? In the days that followed, Maplewood buzzed with excitement. The annual Harvest Festival was approaching, and with it, the date for Lily and Jessica's dream planting event. But this wasn't just about a tree. It was a celebration of dreams, memories, and their bond as a family. As they walked through the lively streets, the smell of caramel apples and the laughter of festival-goers filled the air. Each step felt both thrilling and heavy with purpose. This is it, Lily whispered, her heart racing.
Yes.
We need to embrace everything, the memories, the laughter, and even the tears, Jessica said, determination lining her voice. With the neighbors on board, the girls decided to incorporate a memory-sharing aspect into the event. Guests would be invited to write down their favorite memories of their mom, and these would hang from the branches of the newly planted dream tree. On the morning of the event, excitement pulsed through the air. Friends, family, and neighbors gathered in their backyard, eyes twinkling with anticipation. Tables were adorned with colorful cloths, cupcakes were neatly arranged as sweet towers, and lights sparkled, adding a dash of magic to the living space. Lily took a deep breath, standing under the sunlight. "Okay, Jess, are you ready?" she asked, her voice edged with nervousness. Jessica nodded, her smile infectious, but Lily could see a flicker of uncertainty in her eyes. "Let us share why we're really here," she encouraged. Holding hands, they stepped forward to address the guests gathered around, the atmosphere humming with warmth. "Thank you all for coming to our tree planting celebration," Lily began, her voice steady, with excitement bubbling beneath. "We're planting this tree to honor our mom and our dreams. Each memory you share today will help it grow strong, just like the love we have for her." Jessica carried on. "As we nurture this tree, we'll nurture our dreams, and it will remind us that hope can blossom even in difficult times." Tears glistened in the eyes of their guests, and a wave of support washed over them. The sense of community was tangible, a beautiful connection joining everyone gathered there. As the ceremony began, Lily watched in awe as each person wrote their cherished memories. The air was thick with emotion, laughter ringing out as stories unfolded. Stories of their mother's kindness, her laughter, her infamous cinnamon rolls. It was like a living tapestry of love being woven together right before her eyes. Then came the moment to plant the tree. With shovels in hand, Lily and Jessica dug into the soil, carefully placing the young sapling into its new home. Each scoop of dirt felt like a promise to nurture not only the tree but all the dreams they had begun to share. After the tree was planted, Jessica called everyone to come forth. "Now let us hang our memories," she said, guiding people to tie their notes to the branches. Each memory drifted gently in the soft breeze, a colorful representation of love that connected them all. Lily stood back, tears rolling down her cheeks. "Look at it, Jess. It's beautiful," she exclaimed, gazing at the blooming tree, each memory catching the light, shimmering with stories. "A reminder that we are never alone," Jessica added, her voice thick with emotion. They shared a hug, a moment of silent gratitude flooding through them. As the celebration continued, voices mingling over laughter and cherished moments, a sense of unity enveloped them. Friends nudged one another to brainstorm new dreams, new adventures, instilling hope in one another. The night drew near, and the atmosphere turned magical as fireworks lit up the sky above Maplewood. Each explosion mirrored their dreams, bright, beautiful, and promising new beginnings. Lily and Jessica shared a radiant smile, warmth filling them as they leaned against each other, taking in the spectacular view. "We did it, Jess," Lily said, feeling her heart swell with pride. "Yes," Jessica said, her eyes shining. "And this is just the beginning. We have so many dreams to chase together." A sense of peace settled in. But even as they turned to leave, uncertainty lingered. What awaited them beyond this day? What would their dreams look like unfolding in their lives? They walked home under the twinkling stars, hand in hand, their hearts filled with both joy and anticipation. They understood that this was the turning point, the beginning of a new chapter filled with shared aspirations, deeper love, and every possibility stretching before them. And in the silence of the cool night air, one thing was crystal clear. They were ready to embrace whatever came next, together. Now, if you found inspiration in Lily and Jessica's journey, you need to subscribe now to the channel for more transformative stories. This is the moment to show your support, so hit that like button now to feed the algorithm, helping others find their own journeys. Let us hear your reactions and feelings about this ending in the comments below. And don't wait not even one more second to share this video with at least 5 friends who need to see this transformation. Your support means everything.